I'm interested by this video today, guys, from Germany. It's called the top 20 German player in history. And you know what? I grew up playing a lot of soccer. You know where I'm from now. I'm from North America. It's only us that use the word soccer. You guys use football, which makes sense, right? Foot is your foot and there's a ball. It makes sense. But in North America, football, it's you throw it instead of kicking it, which makes no sense, right? So anyway, thank you, Gold Gusto YouTube channel. It's the World Cup now, and Germany is doing quite well. So I thought maybe I should react to the top 20 player, and you will be able to know how old I am based on who I recognize. Because I grew up playing a lot of soccer at the high level, and I was lucky enough that I was left foot. So they always need a left foot on a team, especially someone that is a striker that put the ball in the net. So let's
Germany has long been the birthplace of footballing legends, with players from Nationalmannschaft leaving an unforgettable mark on the beautiful game. With 4 World Cup titles, the German national team has solidified its place as one of the greatest in history. In this video,
does that count West Germany? Did you ever won the World Cup with West Germany? I know there's East Germany, but when I think of like ancient football team from Germany, I'll only think about West Germany because I think they were much better, right?
We'll take a look at the top 20 players who have made the biggest impact in German football history. In 20th place is Bastian Schweinsteiger. His combination of technical quality and winning mentality cemented his status as an elite midfield talent. He played for clubs like Bayern Munich, Manchester United, and Chicago Fire. He spent the majority of his career
playing the MLS,
where he achieved all the domestic titles in addition to winning the UEFA Champions League. In his international career, he won the FIFA World Cup in 2014 and was a runner-up in the UEFA European Championship. He was also featured as German Player of the Year in 2010. In 19th place is Michael Ballack. Ballack was renowned for his powerful...
Now you know how old I am. I know him quite well from the late 90s, early 2000s when I was a teenager.
Physique, excellent technical ability, and leadership qualities.
Very sharp on his
professional career in Germany, starring for clubs like Kaiserslautern,
was so solid,
and Bayern Munich, where he achieved significant domestic success.
That's Oliver.
His main success came when he joined Bayern Munich, where he achieved...
Is that a young Oliver Kahn, the goaltender? Also, you know how old I am. Because I know him.
Significant domestic success. However, his main success came when he joined Chelsea, where he won several trophies, including the Premier League. For the national team, Ballack unfortunately didn't win any major trophies, but he did manage to be a runner-up in the 2002 World Cup and the 2008 UEFA European Championship. Individually, he was featured as German Footballer of the Year 3 times in a row. Over his career, he scored 149 goals.
That's crazy. He's number 19? There's no way. There's 18 players better than him?
Goals for the clubs he played for and 42 goals for the national team. In 18th place is Berti Vogts. As a player, Vogts was known for his strong defensive abilities as a no-nonsense centre-back. He spent the majority of his playing days with Borussia Mönchengladbach, helping the club win 5 Bundesliga titles and the UEFA Cup. Vogts also represented the West German national team, earning over 50 caps. He was a key member of the squad that won the 1974 World Cup. Additionally, he also won the UEFA European Championship in 1972. Individually, he was featured as German Footballer of the Year in 1971 and 1979. In 17th...
Okay, 74. So it was West Germany, the name back then, or no? I think he's counting.
What makes Müller special is his incredible versatility and work rate.
Wait, no way.
Müller. What makes
Thomas Müller is only number 18. Maybe I have a bias because I watched him growing up. But this guy, remember, is that the Müller that was tall and kicked long ball?
His incredible versatility and work rate. He can play as a forward, attacking midfielder, or even in a deeper role.
Yeah, he was playing every position.
Müller has spent his entire professional career with Bayern, joining their youth academy as a teenager. He quickly broke into the first team and has since become a key member of the squad, winning...
It's very different in Europe. You guys join academy when you're like 12 or 11 or 10 or something. In where I'm from, in Canada, you play in your local league. There's no like academy for higher team that you can join, right? Because we're not good enough, I guess, in soccer and football growing up. But we don't have those kind of academy for the younger version of Manchester United or Bundesliga or something. And then you join the academy and you can grow there. And we have the equivalent only in ice hockey. We don't have the equivalent in like football.
over 10 Bundesliga titles and 2 UEFA Champions League trophies. On the international stage, he has represented his country in 4 World Cups, winning the tournament in 2014. Throughout his career, he has scored 260 goals for his clubs and 45 goals for the national team, making him the 7th highest scorer in the history of the German national team. In 16th place is Sepp Maier, one of the greatest goalkeepers in the history of German football. He had an incredibly successful career that spanned over 20 years. Maier played his entire professional career with Bayern Munich, where he quickly established himself as the team's first choice goalkeeper. He went on to win numerous titles with the club.
I wonder what you guys think. I feel like football is one of the sport that you look at like 30, 40 years ago, and the players were outstanding. Goaltender is like the only position that you look at all clip, and they were really not as good as the goaltender these days. Maybe because of the equipment. But if you think about the shoes and everything, football may be one of the only sport that the equipment evolve, but really not as much as like any other sport, like in terms of equipment.
Including 4 Bundesliga championships and 3 European Cups. His international career was also highly successful, as he won the FIFA World Cup in 1974 and the UEFA European Championship in 1972. In 15th place is Paul Breitner. What made Breitner special was his
he looked Brazilian or something.
Versatility. He could excel in defense or midfield, often dictating the tempo of the game with his passing and vision. Breitner played for clubs like Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Eintracht Braunschweig. With Bayern, he won multiple domestic titles, along with the European...
I guess what I mean to say is that the way that they were playing soccer 30, 40, 50 years ago, it's different these days, but there was still a lot of thought behind everything that they were doing. When you watch old basketball game, right? They were doing free throw like this. They were throwing the ball like they didn't know what they were doing. And you look at old clip from football and they look good, you know? They look very good still.
Cup in 1973.
Maybe it comes down to the equipment not evolving. It's a very simple sport when you think about it. It's a ball and shoes. A lot of sport require more equipment. There's more rules. There's more everything.
During his time at Real Madrid, he won 2 consecutive league titles. For the national team, Breitner won the World Cup in 1974 and the UEFA European Championship.
Also, the ball that people kick, right? It's not like you can make the ball faster. It's not gonna make sense. So I feel like the ball has not really evolved. Like when I was young, there was bigger ball, like 3, 4, 5. But a soccer ball is a soccer ball, right? There's not much else you can do about it to make it like
72.
You know.
He was also a runner-up in the 1982 FIFA World Cup. In 14th place is Jürgen Klinsmann. As a player, Klinsmann was known for his incredible goal-scoring ability and tireless work rate as a striker.
Nice
top clubs
touch.
Like Bayern Munich, Tottenham Hotspur, and Inter Milan.
I don't know him.
Numerous trophies.
He looked like Messi.
Was also a key player for the German national team, representing his country in 3 World Cups and 2 European Championships. He played a crucial role in Germany's victory at the 1990 World Cup, scoring important goals. He also won the European Championship in 1996 and earned a bronze medal at the 1988 Summer Olympic Championship.
I thought it was Queen Elizabeth from the UK, but it's not, right? It's probably someone from Germany. It doesn't make sense, right?
In 1996.
Wait, which cup is this?
Scoring important goals. He also won the European Championship in 1990.
Maybe the European Championship was in the UK? I don't know. It looked like
96 and earned a bronze medal at the 1988 Summer Olympics. Individually, he was named German Footballer of the Year twice. Over his club career, he scored 284 goals and for the national team, netted 47 goals, making him one of the top 5 all-time scorers for the German national team. In 13th place is Toni Kroos, recently
Toni Kroos,
world-class German midfielder who enjoyed an incredibly successful career at the highest level of the game. Kroos played for 2 of the biggest clubs
this guy was a
Bayern
tank.
Munich and Real Madrid. At Bayern Munich, Kroos was part of the 2013 treble-winning team and secured numerous league titles. However, his peak came at Real Madrid, where he achieved immense success, including winning 5 UEFA Champions League trophies. On the international stage, Kroos was a key member of the squad that won the 2014 World Cup. In 12th place is Matthias Sammer. Sammer was a versatile defender who could also play in midfield. He played for German clubs such as Dynamo Dresden, VfB Stuttgart, and Borussia Dortmund, as well as Inter Milan in Italy.
A lot of countries, they are good, especially in one position, right? Extremely versatile. Germany, you have good goaltender, good defender, good striker, good midfielder. You're very... do you grow up playing every position? when I grew up in Canada, you don't grow up playing every position. When you grew up playing soccer, you grew up playing. I was only a striker. Maybe other country, you learn to play goaltender. You go to play defender. You become very versatile.
Sammer won 3 Bundesliga titles.
Like
one
you're
with
good at every
Stuttgart and 2
position.
with Dortmund, and lifted the Champions League in 1996. For the national team, Sammer's greatest achievement as a player was captaining Germany to victory at the 1996 European Championship. Individually, he won the Ballon d'Or in 1996 as a defender and was a 2-time German Footballer of the Year. In 11th place is Karl-Heinz Rummenigge.
So
what made Rummenigge so special was his exceptional technical ability, clinical finishing, and intelligent movement in the penalty area. He played for clubs like Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, and Servette, but his major success came with Bayern. He helped Bayern win numerous Bundesliga titles and European trophies, including 2 European Cups. On the international stage, he was a member of the team that won the 1980 European Championship and finished as runners-up at the 1982 World Cup. In terms of individual achievements, Rummenigge is a 2-time Ballon d'Or winner, earning the honour in 1980 and 1981. He scored 293 goals, and for the national team, he netted 45 goals, making him the 6th highest scorer in the history of the German national team.
Bicyclette.
In 10th place is Oliver Kahn,
nicknamed
Der Titan for his imperious and intimidating displays.
He was so intense, and growing up, I think when I was a teenager, he was the best goaltender in the world. He was the most known for sure. He was the king. He was so fun to watch.
Between the sticks, Kahn remains one of the greatest goalkeepers in modern history.
Yeah.
He played for just 2 clubs, Karlsruhe SC and Bayern Munich, spending the majority of his illustrious career with Bayern. In more than 600 appearances for Bayern Munich, Kahn won 8 Bundesliga titles, 6 DFB Pokals, and a Champions League. On the international stage, Kahn was part of the squads that won Euro 96 and reached the World Cup final 6 years later. He remains the benchmark by which all goalkeepers are judged in Germany, with his spectacular displays in 2002 becoming part of German football. Kahn is the only goalkeeper to have won the Golden Ball at a World Cup, earning the honour after inspiring Germany all the way to the final in Japan in 2002. In
this was
Fritz Walter.
I was 16 years old. This was unbelievable. I remember.
Captain of West Germany's first World Cup victory in
I don't know him.
Walter was an elegant and devastating attacking midfielder, equally capable of scoring and providing goals.
But City were really good back then.
Goals in 61 appearances for Germany, but it was for his boyhood club, Kaiserslautern, where he is most revered. The club stayed...
It's fascinating that they were so good back then. Like you watch old clip of Pelé or you know, the legend from Argentina or from Brazil. Even when you check, like, I used to grow up watching Roberto Carlos, right? Roberto Carlos would do very good these days. I feel like a lot of soccer players from 30, 40 years ago, I feel like soccer has become better, but not as much as other sports, which is very fascinating to me.
Built in 1985, was named in his honour as he spent his entire career there, scoring 357
Maybe
goals
it has, and I'm just stupid. I don't know.
Games. In 8th place is Miroslav Klose.
Miroslav
Known for being
Klose,
an
wow.
exceptional striker, he was strong, fast, and consistently found the back.
My bias with him, top 3. I remember he was tall, he was super quick, he had a good shot. You know when you have a long leg and you just kick the ball like a god?
The net. While there may be technically superior footballers on this list, few can match Klose's international efficiency. Klose remains Germany's all-time top scorer with 71 goals, and he holds the record for the most goals scored in World Cup history.
How is he number 8?
Klose's domestic record was solid, if unspectacular, with 258 goals in 667 matches for several...
I think he's just ranking them by how many goals they score, right?
European clubs. He won 2 Bundesliga titles with Bayern Munich, as well as a Coppa Italia with Lazio. Without his international career, Klose would be considered a decent player, but with it, he's a bona fide legend. In 7th place is Manuel Neuer, the man often credited with revolutionising an entire position. While Neuer didn't invent the sweeper-keeper role, many had done it before him. There's no denying that the Germany Bayern Munich captain perfected the art. He played for 2 German clubs, Schalke 04 and Bayern Munich. However, he got his major success during his tenure at Bayern. The 36...
Wait, this guy's retired? That make me feel so old.
26-year-old has been the bedrock of 2 trebles at Bayern and has won an abundance of Bundesliga titles while guarding the nets at the Allianz Arena. At the international stage, his pivotal role in Germany's 2014 World Cup victory adds even greater prestige to his already...
I'm sorry, love him, but I grew up with Oliver Kahn. Oliver Kahn will always be my GOAT.
Illustrious career.
Sorry, I love you, Neuer.
Günther Netzer, nicknamed Karajan after the esteemed Austrian classical conductor. Netzer was a player of rare intelligence, balance, and technical genius, considered by many to be the greatest passer in German football history. The maverick midfielder orchestrated Borussia Mönchengladbach's back-to-back Bundesliga triumphs in the early 1970s, before moving to Real Madrid, where he continued to inspire success, winning 2 La Ligas in a row. With the national team, Netzer was part of the squads that won Euro 1972 and the 1974 World Cup. In 5th place is Uwe Seeler, the undisputed star of German football in the 19...
Yeah, that's why Klose is far. It's because he's paying respect to like the ones that were there a long time ago, you know. But if it was an era where it was easier to score goals, it's gonna skew the rating. It's hard to compare era, especially when it's in black and white like this,
60s.
You know.
The 3-time German Footballer of the Year was known for his strength, leadership, aerial ability, and, surprisingly for such a big man, his acrobatic overhead kicks.
See?
A towering stone carving of his bare right foot stands proudly.
No way, I never seen this before.
Stadion, a fitting tribute to a player who scored 490 goals in 580 appearances for HSV.
See, this is stupid. It's almost 1 goal per game. I mean, you're never gonna see that. I mean, I think, right? You don't see this right now. There was more goals back then, so you know.
His relentless goal-scoring instincts propelled HSV to the German title in 1960 and a DFB Pokal 3 years later. His 43 goals in 72 international appearances also brought West Germany within touching distance of the 1966 World Cup. A distraught Seeler being helped off the Wembley turf remains one of the most iconic photos in football history.
What is that?
Also brought West Germany within touching distance of the 1966 World Cup. A distraught Seeler being helped off the Wembley turf remains one of the most iconic photos in football history. In 4th place is Philipp Lahm. Short, not particularly strong, fast or aggressive. You might mistake Philipp Lahm for an accountant rather than one of the greatest players ever. The Bayern Munich stalwarts may have lacked physicality, but he made up for it with an astonishing football IQ. Lahm played his entire professional career with Bayern Munich, where he achieved 8 Bundesliga titles, 6 DFB Pokals, and a Champions League with the Bavarian Giants. But his greatest moments came on the international stage. After being a runner-up at the UEFA European Under-19 Championship in 2002 and again at the UEFA European Championship in 2008, Lahm's crowning achievement was captaining the German national team to victory at the 2014 World Cup. That 2014 team is arguably the greatest in German history, and Lahm might have been the pick of the bunch.
Is that the year that you destroyed Brazil 7-1? I'm trying to remember which one is. I didn't want to mention it earlier in case that I would look stupid, but is it the year that you destroyed Brazil? Or just another year?
In 3rd place is Lothar Matthäus. Known for his strong skills, leadership, and ability to score goals, Matthäus was a versatile player who could operate both as a midfielder and a sweeper, making...
Being able to do a good, we call that tack in French. I don't know if it's the same in English, when you slide. Being able to do good one, make you such a good defender. It's as a striker, it's so hard to do correctly without like getting a yellow card. It's an art, and honestly I respect the one he just did. That was great.
Him invaluable to his teams. He played for German clubs like FC Herzogenaurach, Borussia Mönchengladbach and Bayern Munich, as well as Inter Milan and the MetroStars. Matthäus was the brains and brawn for every team he represented. Whether it was the all-conquering Bayern Munich of the 80s and late 90s, winning 7 Bundesliga titles, 3 DFB Pokals and a UEFA Cup, or a sublime Inter Milan side that lifted the league and UEFA Cup titles in between. As for his international career, it seems almost mathematically impossible that Matthäus played in both Euro 1980 and Euro 2000. He won his first major tournament, the UEFA European Championship, in 1980 and captained West Germany to victory at the 1990 FIFA World Cup. Individually, he won the Ballon
Jesus, he was like 18 and then he was 40 at the end or something.
d'Or in 1990 and was twice named German Footballer of the Year.
I don't know him, it's before my time.
He scored 204 goals and provided 66 assists, while for the national team, he scored 23 goals and made 17 assists. In second place is Gerd Müller, nicknamed a bomber by German football fans for his ability to destroy defenses. Müller was known for his strength, powerful shot and acceleration. He played for German clubs like Nordlingen, Bayern Munich and Fort Lauderdale Strikers. His main success came with Bayern Munich, where he won 4 Bundesliga titles, 4 DFB Pokals, and 3 consecutive European Cups. However, he is best known for his international career. Müller won the UEFA European Championship with West Germany in 1972, becoming the tournament's top scorer. 2 years later, he won the 1974 FIFA World Cup on home soil, scoring the winning goal in the final. Individually, Müller won the Ballon d'Or in 1970 and was twice named German Footballer of the Year. At the club level, he scored 365 goals for Bayern in 427 appearances.
Who's gonna be number one? I feel like it's a guy from my generation.
A rate of 0.85 goals per game. He remains both Bayern's and the Bundesliga's all-time top scorer. For the national team, Müller scored 68 goals, making him Germany's second highest scorer, just 3 behind Miroslav Klose, despite playing 75 fewer games. He also holds the record for the most hat-tricks for Germany. Müller held the record for the most World Cup goals from 1974 until 2006, when it was broken by Brazil's Ronaldo. He was a statistical machine.
Another guy, Roberto Carlos and Ronaldo growing up. It was before Neymar, right? Ronaldo was the prototype of the built like a tank. Striker, know exactly what he had to do. This is
cheat code of a striker.
I love
during
Ronaldo.
A time when pitches were rough and yellow cards were rarely given.
Ronaldinho also.
The greatest goal scorer in German history. In first place is Franz Beckenbauer, known as
I don't know who
Kaiser,
that is.
which means the emperor. Sweepers were already common in the 1960s, but none played the role quite like Beckenbauer. Not only did he dictate play from deep with his exceptional passing range, but he also constantly surged forward with the ball, gliding past opponents to join attacks. He played for clubs like Hamburger SV, Bayern Munich, and New York Cosmos. Bayern Munich was...
My wife just arrived, so the dogs are going crazy. Look at how many dogs we have.
His primary club, where he won 4 league titles, 4 German Cups, and 3 consecutive European Cups. He later added another league title with Hamburg, showcasing his ability to turn any team into winners. With the national team, Beckenbauer was the driving force behind West Germany's triumphs at Euro 1972 and the 1974 World Cup, where he captained the side. Individually, Beckenbauer's accolades are staggering. Most notably, he won the Ballon d'Or twice, becoming the first defender to win the coveted award and the only defender to win it more than once. He was also named German Footballer of the Year 4 times.
You know you're great when you're a defender and you're number one on a list like this, because usually people value the people that score goals, right?
More than any other player. No player has ever been as elegant, calm in possession, inspirational, and feared as Beckenbauer. He is celebrated and revered more highly than any other German player and will surely forever remain the greatest player in German history. And that was our list of the...
Amazing list. I mean, I grew up watching a lot of soccer. Not anymore. I do watch all the highlights of this year World Cup, and Germany is doing quite well. Also, the Netherlands is doing well. I think one side, there's 32 teams this year that make it to the World Cup, like the other round, right? 8 teams from the third that finished third in their group will make it, right? and I remember that, I think growing up, there was not that many teams that make it to the next round. It was more like 16, right? It was not 32. 32 is crazy. Is there more group this year? Canada is in a group where they're going to make it through because it's not a strong group. And I think one side of the board is stronger than the other. There's one side with like Canada, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil. And the other side have a lot of strong European teams like Spain, Portugal, Germany, Netherlands. So one side is much stronger to me than the other. But maybe I'm just biased because I think that Europe is stronger than Latin America. So maybe it's my bias. So anyway, thank you guys. If there's more that I should react to, maybe their 2014 run or anything else from Germany, let me know in the comment below. Yes. Thank you for watching. Also, I like tennis. So if you have a video about Zverev, send it to me.